Hello, creatures or features. Today, I'm going to be asking a simple question. Have you ever laid in bed and wondered, what is the scariest creepypasta? Well, I have an answer to that. It's called, Here I Come, I Am Cinnamon. I'm pretty sure you all know what the Applejack commercials are about. Basically, a cinnamon stick with a Jamaican accent and an apple race for the bowl of Apple Jacks. Ironically, the cinnamon stick is called Cinnamon, and the apple is called Bad Apple. Most of the time, Cinnamon ends up getting to the bowl first, but sometimes both characters jump into the bowl at the same time. Plus, there's always a cutscene at the end of each commercial, which in my opinion is the best part. But what if I told you that Cinnamon wasn't always a good guy? What if I told you that he was actually a mass murderer, and Apple was actually the good guy? Let's talk about that. I was watching a horror movie marathon on my big screen TV. It was both classic and modern horror movies. I had a huge bag of popcorn and 2 cans of Pepsi to keep me awake. Suddenly, my marathon was interrupted by a commercial for Apple Jacks. However, it wasn't a Cinnamon versus Bad Apple commercial. Instead, it showed an image of Cinnamon with a few differences. His eyes were bloodshot, his arms were bleeding, and he had bloody teeth as well. The image kind of startled me. I wasn't expecting it at all. It then cut to the next movie on my playlist, which was Halloween, by the way. I was weirded out and uncomfortable. I didn't want to know what would happen next. After the credits of Halloween, another image popped up. It was a very detailed picture of Apple's dead body. His eyes were dangling out of his sockets. He had cuts all over his body, and his legs were broken. My horror movie marathon stopped there. I went to do some research on this commercial to see if it actually exists, and surprisingly, it does. It's called Here I Come, I Am Cinnamon, which is the Cinnamon's catchphrase. I contacted Jeffrey Anderson Gunter, the voice actor of Cinnamon, to see if he actually knew about the commercial, and sure enough, he did. He said that he was having a very depressing day, and he wanted to get something off his chest. Apparently, what I saw was only half of the commercial. He also said that I shouldn't tell anyone what I saw because if I did, he'll call the police on me. Alright, I thought. The full commercial was on YouTube and it went under the title of Applejack's Lost Commercial. I clicked on the video. It started with Cinnamon's usual catchphrase, which brought a smile to my face. Apple was hiding behind a wall and muttering to himself. He was very scared and he was shaking rapidly. I can't let that criminal kill my family! He screamed with a light bulb, but it broke. He started chasing after Cinnamon while yelling, Stop! Stop! You can't do this! Yes, I can, Mon. Cinnamon whispered. Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Apple screamed. Cinnamon ignored him and continued to run. That little snitch can take away Applejacks from me. Cinnamon whispered. Well, not this time. I'm going to do something I won't regret! He yelled with a distorted voice. It then cut to Cinnamon going to a weapon shop to buy a gun. He picked up a machine gun and said, Perfy, proceeding to go to Apple's house. Who are you? Apple's mom said while brushing her hair. Someone you should have met a long time ago, he said. He then proceeded to shoot her in the head 7 times. Blood was splattering everywhere as this was happening. Cinnamon then walked out of the room as if nothing ever happened. Apple ran into his home only to find his mother's dead corpse and Cinnamon standing right at her doorstep. What have you done? He said. Doing what I should have done before I met you. You can't keep doing this! Apple exclaimed. Oh yes, I can. Cinnamon whispered. Cinnamon raised a knife and pointed it at Apple's head. What are you doing? Apple said. Doing the right thing! Cinnamon yelled. He then carved into Apple's body and started ripping out his intestines. Ah! Stop! 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 Apple screamed. Cinnamon managed to rip out his kidneys, heart, and arteries out. I was absolutely terrified by this. I wanted to stop watching it, but I couldn't. He then ripped his heart out while shouting, Here I come, I am Cinnamon! He then glared at the camera for the last 10 seconds of the commercial. The camera zoomed in while the text, Cinnamon, mass murderer, responsible for 47 deaths across the country faded in. I turned off my computer after what I just saw. I never watched an Applejacks commercial again.